When Jeep redesigned the 2018 Jeep Wrangler, did they make any changes for water leaks? Stick around, you might be surprised. Welcome back. My name is Brandon here with another view, and today we're going to be taking a look at what changes Jeep made for the water management system on the new Wrangler. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that down below. Don't forget to click that bell icon for more Jeep content. So today we're going to go over four things. Where we had leaks in the past, what changes did they make on the JL versus the JK, will the changes that they made help, and if you ever have a water leak, what to do. So let's jump right in. There are three major areas where we see water entering the vehicle at. The first being the A-pillar area. It could be left or right. It'll actually drip down on the vent or the door panel right there where the door handle's at. Second is the radio area. I've seen it leak anywhere from a couple of drips to absolutely soaking the radio before. And last but not least, the place where we see it the most is in the floorboard. Left or right front floorboard area gets soaking wet. Just because you have a leak in one of those three areas doesn't mean that you only have one problem in that area. There are several things that can cause each area to leak. We'll go over that here in a few minutes. So next, let's compare the JL water management system with the JK water management system and see what new changes Jeep has made. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at the rain guard here on the left side. They haven't made any changes here on the front, but if you move down to the back of the front hardtop, you'll see that they've taken the water break out. Some of you might be like, what's a water break? But it's this little piece right here in the back where if you are on an incline, the water coming down the channel will actually be slowed down by this little piece right here. Alright, let's see what changes they made to the front windshield header seal. As you can see, right here is the windshield, and this is the left front section of the hardtop. What you can notice right off the bat is the header seal is much thicker on the JL versus the old JK version. They've also added this little piece here to the top on the JL body, and what that's for, and you can see here the JK's got a little bit too, is we just talked about it, is water braking. And it's going to slow the water down. If you're tilted on the left downward tilt, it's going to slow that water coming down and channel it down the windshield frame. Alright, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I gotta point this out. The very front of the hardtop versus the edge of the door is way too large, and there's no water break on the drip rail, so therefore when you open the door and you're pointed downwards, this water is going to shoot right into the door. Man, I hate they done that. I really think they'll probably change this in the next year model. I about guarantee it. Here we are taking a look at the left front door seal, and as you can see here on the right side, the JK model has some deformities here on this seal, and it's not very firm as you can see here. This definitely has the potential for a water leak. So now let's take a look at the JL and see what changes they made. Okay, this thing looks a lot better. They definitely redesigned this to benefit for water leaks because this is way more firmer, and it just feels so much better. Now let's look at the top of the door seal. They made a few changes here also. As you can see, the JL doesn't have those horizontal ribs in the door seal like the JK did. Now, I'm not really sure why they took those out. Maybe to have more ceiling surface area. I'm not really sure. I thought it was a good idea. Whatever it was, I'm sure there's a good purpose behind it. Now, if we move down towards the door jamb area, this is a very, very crucial point here for water leaks. Now, the reason this is such a critical area is because right here is where it makes a transition from sealing surfaces. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see here, the clean spot on this door seal is where the door is making contact with the seal. And if we come down, you can see that the seal is directly straight in front of us, okay? But when we come up and start to turn, the sealing surface area moves to the outside of the seal. Unfortunately, where the transition takes place, there's just not enough contact area there, so it allows water to come by, and therefore is where some of our leaks come from. So let's see what changes they made on the JL body for this concern. Now you can see here the door seal looks a little flat right here, and I'm getting a little concerned because this area is very, very, very flat and looks like a huge potential for a water leak because there is no structure here at all. It's not firm or nothing. You can see me pushing down on it. I really thought they would make some changes in this area since this is a previous issue that we had. Okay. And remember guys, this is a brand new vehicle. We've never been owned before, so it's not like it's worn out or had time to wear. Now let's take a look at the left side of the header seal where the hardtop sits into the A-pillar mucket. Yes, I said mucket. Don't ask what it is, that's just what they call it. Now, the JL version looks way better than this JK version. If you can look at the JK, man, it just looks like total, I don't know what up there. And this is a brand new car too. Both of these are brand new vehicles. Guys, I got some major changes here in the water management system coming up, so make sure you keep watching. Now this is a very crucial area for water leaks, and let me point those out right quick. Right here where the hardtop comes down into that mucket can get folded back, okay, and when you lay the hardtop down on it, it's folded inside. That is a problem. There is just all kinds of problems going on with this JK here. I'm really surprised this thing's not leaking. Now let's look at the JL version. Now this thing looks so much better. It fits better, it's smoother. Your transition point here, it just looks way better. There's no bumps and humps in it. This is definitely a benefit for the JL owners on the water leaks. Jeep has done a good job on this. Now let's go ahead and move back to the B-pillar muckets. Now Jeep definitely made some changes to the JL body on this, but you're really going to see the difference once we get the hardtop off. So let's go ahead and take the front hardtops off. Now if you'll notice, the JK has 4 latches to hold the left hardtop on and a screw down clamp here in that B-pillar roll bar. Now the JL does not have that screw down clamp. They took that away. Although folding the windshield down is not new to the Wrangler, Jeep sure did make it a heck of a lot easier to get it down. Now, here are 2 of the 6 bolts that you'd need to remove to fold the windshield down. But when we do fold the windshield down, is that creating any potential water leaks? You might be surprised, so make sure you keep watching. All right, the first thing I notice when I get this top off is it is way lighter. Man, this thing barely weighs anything compared to the old ones. Alright, so now let's take a look and see what changes they made to the actual hardtop itself. What you're looking at here is the left rear corner, which is going to be on that B-pillar area. As you can see, the JL doesn't have all these extra foam pieces and stuff like that, and that's due to the upgraded B-pillar mucket. They did a better job on that. Now, if you've ever seen water dripping on the radio, this is actually one of a couple reasons that would happen. So what you're looking at here is where the hardtops meet in the center. This is actually that corner where it seals there. And as you can see, the JK has padding there where the JL doesn't. Now that's due to the upgraded weather stripping on the right side hardtop. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. Now, if you've ever had water inside the actual hardtop sloshing around, it's because the hardtop's made of 2 pieces, as you can see here. And for any reason, if that seal is ever broken, whether you drop the top or you're in an accident, water then is allowed to get inside the hardtop and slosh around. At that point, the hardtop section that had the water in it would need to be replaced. Now, as you can see, the JL is the same design, so they have the potential for that also. Let's move up top and take a look at some of the biggest changes Jeep has made in the water management system. What you're looking at here is the left front header seal. Now we took a look at this earlier, but that was with the top on. Let's see what this looks like with the top off. Right off the bat, you can tell a complete difference in this header seal. The JL has a lot more structure and firmness to this seal than the JK does. Let's take a look at the JK and see where its weaknesses were. As you can see by the dirt and debris, there's been a lot of water running through this channel already. Now the way water gets into that channel is the hardtop actually sits here along the edge, and water can get past that seal, that first seal, and run along in this channel. Now when it runs along that channel, it falls down into the driver's door seal. Now there's a special channel for that water to be able to come down the door, okay? Now if all these things aren't right, then you end up with a water leak. Now, a water leak in this area will always show up in the floorboard. Now, if you have water dripping down the A-pillar onto the dash panel where the door handle is at, then that is coming from a different area. That's actually coming in between the window frame and the header seal, okay? The water is getting in between there, and when water gets in between there, it comes through the body and comes out of this seal right here on the back side of that seal and runs down the A-pillar trim, which now gets all over the door handle and the AC outlet. Now let's take a closer look at the JL header seal. As you can see already here to the left, there's a huge block there to where on the JK, the water was able to flow down into that left door channel. So why is that there? Let's take a closer look. So you can tell already the thing looks way better, and that channel doesn't have water where it can come down. So where does it go? Does it just get stuck in there? So I'm trying to figure this out. You got a huge channel in here, and we come over, and if you can see here, it looks like they've designed in somewhat of like a sunroof drain. So this is huge, guys. Look up in here. See right there? There's the drain, and it comes down the A-pillar, and then I lose it down here somewhere. I can't find it. So what this is for is when you fold down the windshield, the water management system stays with the windshield. Now what I'm curious to know is, where does it come out at? So let's find out. Now I'm manually pouring water down this channel just to see where it comes out at. And as you can see here on the left front fender, it's coming out between the body gaps. Now this is pretty cool. Now what we will have to worry about now is that drain getting clogged up with debris, whether it be small leaves or sticks or anything like that that might get past while the top is off. And if you ever do put the windshield down, when it goes back up, we'll need to make sure that that drain is not kinked. Now let's take a look at the right side hardtop. Now it has a seal on it that runs from the front to back that seals the left side hardtop. Now they have made changes here and they look pretty good. Now this is where you see that leak on top of the radio. Now I think this will help out a lot. So now let's make our way to the rear of the hardtop. Guys, take a look at this JK. This is a brand new Jeep. As you can see, the redesign of the JL will not have this issue. This is interesting. Let's take a closer look at this JK. All right, so you can see, the seal's pulled up right here. The butyl tape is everywhere. The foam piece is not in its right place. And look at this when I lift it up. The drain is completely crushed. Now, if you have a leak in the B-pillar roll bar area where the overhead light is at, this could be one of your issues. And guys, these are some of the problems that we have with the JK that they have fixed with the JL, and I'm really glad they did. Now we're going to move along the back of the front hardtops, and you can see the seal here almost looks the same, JK versus JL, but that's not really what's important. You're going to get some water past there. What's important is what you do with that water once it gets past. The JL has a phenomenally better water management system than the JK does. Now here we're looking at the B-pillar drain on the JL, and it has the sunroof drain like the front does, and this is such a better way of doing it. And if you look up underneath the front door and the rear door, there's the drain for it. So that's pretty cool also. Guys, Jeep has made a lot of changes on the JL, and they definitely took water leaks into consideration, as you can tell from the video. Now, are there some areas there where we might see leaks? I'm sure there are, but I think that the JL will have way less water leaks than the JK did. Now, if you do get a water leak on the JL, make sure you check those drains. There's actually 4 of them. There's one in each corner of the hardtops, okay? So I don't know if they're going to make something like a little snake type of thing or something like that, but it's really going to just get debris in the top of it. I really don't think it'll get clogged up down through the actual tube, just at the top, especially with the tops off. You never know when leaves or something like that's going to get down in there. Just make sure you keep your drains clean. And also, if you ever get a water leak on the driver's or passenger side floorboard, make sure you take a look at that door jamb area on the actual door seal. That looked like a really bad potential area for a water leak, and that was going to show up in the floorboard. Guys, I really appreciate you watching, and like I always said, I want you to leave this video knowing more than you did when you started the video. So I hope that's the case. And if you like shopping Amazon, make sure you click the link below down in the description area to support this channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.